we can speak with Stephen Okun, founder and CEO of APAC Advisors. Steve previously worked under the Clinton administration. Steve, always great to get your thoughts on these things. What do you make then at $300 billion? Is that the new price then of a U.S. military backing?
Hey, this is America first in action, and no surprise at all. Japan was $550 billion in quote unquote expected investment. South Korea, $350 billion. Sure, why not have Taiwan at $300 billion? I mean, this is what the United States expects of its partners. In a way, it's treating them less as partners and more as vassal states now. And that is just par for the course. So no surprise that Taiwan gets the same type of treatment as Japan and South Korea, given, and in fact, and even more so, the military reliance that Taiwan has, because there's more pressure on Taiwan from China than there is on China to South Korea or Japan. So you expect this, and this is still going to be negotiated. There's still going to be a lot of contention between the United States and Taiwan. But as President Trump, says, the United States has all the cards. So you expect Taiwan to do, more or less what the United States is going to ask under this administration.
Yeah, it does seem incredibly transactional. And as you mentioned about who has the strength here, Taiwan doesn't really have a lot of leverage in this case.
No, and no one does. I mean, when this is part of what that America First mentality is that when you want to get away from having a multilateral or plurilateral negotiation, because when the United States negotiates with anybody one-on-one other than China, the United States has the most leverage and can create the most demands. And so we've seen this play out in North Asia. We're seeing it play out in Singapore now, where the U.S. ambassador to Singapore recently said, because the United States is responsible in a large part for the Singapore economic miracle, in his terms, that gives the United States the right to violate its free trade agreement with Singapore and impose tariffs here in Singapore. So you're seeing this play out across the region. It's a little bit different and a little bit more geopolitically risky in Taiwan, because here you have China saying that, and Xi Jinping saying he expects the peaceful reunification from Taiwan back to China. And without the U.S. and their position of strategic ambiguity when it comes to the Straits, Taiwan would be much worse off. So really, Taiwan has even less leverage than most countries in dealing with the U.S.
Yeah, we've got about 40 seconds left with you, Steve, before the show ends. Just to get your thoughts then, the U.S. wants Taiwan to put money into America to build fabrication plants there. That's also to the detriment of Taiwan, isn't it? It moves the strengths that they have of how they operate in Taiwan.
And the U.S. also recognizes that even if they put that investment there, the United States doesn't have the people who are trained to be able to operate in those new facilities. And so Secretary Lutnick is saying, and Taiwan is also going to train all of these American workers. The Taiwanese are saying, we haven't talked about that. What are you talking about? That's not part of this agreement. So there's still a long way to go in these types of agreements. But yeah, Taiwan has to maintain its own manufacturing, but it also does not have a lot of leverage, especially now when we see the increasing straits and the tension when it comes to China.
Yeah, Steve, thanks very much. We're going to leave it there. Steve Okun there from APAC Advisors.